Hello beautiful people, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe if you've not subscribed, okay? And don't forget to click on notification bell so that once I post video you get an alert, okay? So today we'll be drafting our basic trouser block, and I'll be teaching you a whole lot of things in this video. This is what a basic trouser block looks like, okay? So we'll be learning a whole lot of things in this video, okay? Just sit down and relax, okay? So in this video I'll be teaching you how to pattern your basic trouser block with your zipper flyer on it, okay? So this is our trouser pocket facing, okay, because this trouser will be having a pocket. So this is the pocket itself, and these two, they are our waistband, one for the front and one for the back, okay? That is my back trouser block. So you learn these whole things. After watching this video, you'll be able to pattern your trouser without being supervised, okay? So you'll be learning a whole lot of things on this video. So first we'll be starting with our measurements, which I already have on the screen, okay? So from this point is our waistline. We'll have everything drafted at that open space, okay? So these are measurements. My round waist 32, round thigh 21, round hip 39, full trouser length 36, round echo 11, round knee 15, waist to knee 20.5. Let's start. So up there I came down by 2 inches, okay, and that will stand for our waist. So at this side I came in by 3 inches, okay, 3 inches. So take notes, okay? So let's start. So up there is our waist. I'm labeling it as our waist, okay? So from there I'm going to come down by 8 inches, okay? So beside this video there is a picture of how to measure your waist to hip. You can use 9, depend on your client's height, okay? So for me I'm using 8 inches, so I've ruled it over. So I'll quickly label it as my hip. So from that waist I'll still come down for my crotch, and this is the way they measure crotch too. My crotch is 9 inches, okay? So I'll quickly measure 9 inches on the paper and use my ruler and rule it over as my crotch line, okay? So I'll quickly write it crotch, okay? So down from that crotch line I'll come down by 3 inches. That will be for our thigh, understand? Come down by 3 inches. That will be for our thigh, okay? So I'll also label it as my thigh. So I'll still put my tape and measure my waist to knee. My waist to knee is 20.5, but in this video I'm going up by 1.5 inches. So what I will have is 19 inches. So right now I'm going to mark 19 inches, okay? So with my ruler I'll still mark it all through 19 inches, okay? And I'll label it as my new line. So with my tape I'll still measure for my full length. My full length is 36, okay? So that is what I'm measuring right now as my full length. So I'll quickly roll it over, okay? So this is all we have for our horizontal measurement. So right now I'll be getting my circumference, my hip circumference, okay? So this is where, at that hip line is where I'll place my hip measurement. Everything that concerns hip measurement will be on that line. So to get your hip, it will be hip divided by 4 plus 0.25, okay? So you mark it on your hip line. You take it to my, as I'm taking to my crotch line, I've marked it. So same on my waistline, I'm going to mark whatever I have on that same line, okay? So I will rule it all over again in a vertical form. So the 0.25 is for your ease allowance, okay? Is for your ease allowance. So take note, 0.25 is our ease allowance. So okay, right now the next thing we'll do is to get my waist measurement. So I'll be coming in from my right side, okay? That is where I'll take my measurement from, okay? So I'll place it. My waist is waist divided by 4 plus 0.25 plus 1 inch. Honest, that 1 inch is for my darts, okay? So I've marked all I cut from there. So I'll quickly take my French cuff and mark it from that waistline down to my hip line, okay? See the way it is, okay? Good. So the next thing we'll be doing is to get our crotch point. Okay, so what you do, you measure what you have on your crotch line. Is mine is 10 inches, so I'll divide that 10 inches by 4. So it's 2.5 that I'll mark at this point. So I'm marking 2.5 at this point. Okay, so the next thing I'll do is to connect it to that our vertical line, but I'll be coming out by 1.5 on this point. Okay, so I'll still connect it. This will help me not to have a flat crotch. So this is it. Good, that is it. So the next thing we'll do is to get our center line, and to get your center line, you measure from this point to the other point. Whatever you have there, you divide it by 2. So mine is 12.5. I divide it by 2 to be 6.25. Okay, so I'll quickly mark 6.25 here. I'll mark it all through my crotch. I will also take it to my hip, mark it. I will take it to my waistline and mark 6.25 too. So I'll also go to my thigh and mark it. So I'll mark it all through. I'll also mark it on my knee and on my full length. Okay, good. So the next thing to do is to roll it all over. Okay, I'll quickly do that. Good. So that is our grain line. Okay, or center line. So right now we'll get our darts. From this point, I'm going to come down by 4 inches. Okay, good. And I open my dart by half an inch on both sides. You know we added 1 inch on that waistline, so we are taking it out through the dart line. Okay, so I'm marking it all over. Good. So the next thing we have to do right now is to impute our other circumference of our measurement. So my thigh is thigh divided by 2. I'll be having 10.5. So you share whatever you have on the both sides. So my 10.5, I'm going to share it 5.25 on the left and 5.25 on the right. Okay, so right now I'm going to mark 5.25 on the left. Okay, then I'll also mark it again on this right side. Okay, good. So same with my round nail. My round nail is 15. 15 divided by 2 is 7.5. So likewise, I'll still share it on both sides, 3.75 and 3.75 on the other side. So on this right, I'm going to mark 3.75 here, and I'm going to mark it again on this other side, 3.75. So I'm trying to explain this so that you not get confused. Okay, and I wrote it on the screen too. So on this full length, what I have is 11. I will divide it by 2. I'll be having 5.5. So that 5.5, I'll share it on both sides. So right now on this left hand, I'm going to mark 2.75, and on the right side now, I'm marking 2.75. Okay, so I'll quickly take my ruler and connect those dots together. That will give us our front trouser block. Okay, so I'll quickly do that. Please subscribe to my channel. Okay, subscribe, I beg of you. Subscribe, support me. Okay, subscribe. So see, I'm using a French curve and a ruler to do this. Okay, so that is it. So from here, we're going to come out as in by 2.5. This will be for your folding of your trouser after making it. So I'm going to mark 2.5 inch there. That is what I'm marking. Okay, good. And I'll use my ruler and give it a straight line. Okay, so right now I'll connect it, but I'm not going to take it straight. I will flay my hand a little. Okay, you have to flay your hand so that when you are sewing, you will not fall short of fabric, as in you will not be missed as in having short of fabric on your trouser. So my own is slanted, as you can see, it's not straight. Okay, good. So this is what we have for our front trouser block. Okay, so right now the next thing I want to do again is to get a fresh paper, put under this, okay, and trace out what I have here on that paper. Okay, so this is my fresh paper and this is my tracing wheel. So with this tracing wheel, I'm going to trace all that I have here on the fresh paper so that we can continue with our front. And this tracing that I'm going to do right now, whatever I trace out, I will still use it and pattern our back. So you can do so too. We don't need to start afresh to start patterning. That's why we have to take this out and put it on the new paper too, so that we don't have to start afresh. Okay, so this is what I'm doing. I'm tracing it out quickly so that whatever I have at the front, I'll have it at the back, so we can continue with this front after tracing it all out. Okay, good. Okay, beautiful people, this is the back pattern. See how beautiful it's looking. So right now, quickly remove this back pattern while we continue with our front pattern. Okay, so here is it. So right now at this front pattern, we're going to add 0.5 inches all around it. Okay, that will be our sewing allowance. Okay, so I'll quickly do that. It's quite easy. Hope you're copying so far. Okay, just put your mind at it. You can do it. Okay, so I tried everything possible to explain this video to the best of my knowledge. I tried everything possible to make it understandable. So if you have any question, just drop it at the comment section. Believe me, I will get back to you. So after this, we'll be creating our zipper fly. It will be an easy one too. Okay, so from this line, okay, I'll come out by 2 inches, that our original line. Okay, so I'll mark it. Okay, this is it. So I'll quickly take my ruler and give it a straight line. So simple. I'll still add the allowance we added, okay, just to balance it up. See how easy it is. That is it. So from this line too, that's for our pockets, I'll also come in by 2 inches too. So from that line too, I'll come down by 7 inches. That's for our pocket. Okay, so I'll connect the 2 lines together. Okay, I'll use my ruler and quickly do it. Give it a curve. Okay, that is it. That's all we need for our pocket. So from there, we're going to add allowance. So this is what I'm doing right now. I'm marking 0.5 out of that line. That will be for our sewing allowance to turn the pockets. Okay, so I will still use my French curve to trace it out very well. Okay guys, that is what we have for our pocket. Okay, this is our zipper fly and here is our pocket. Fine. Okay, so the next thing we'll do is to trace out our pocket and our pocket facing. So I have my white paper with me already. I'll place it on that side that I'll be tracing out. Okay, so I have a tracing wheel with me. That is it. I'm going to trace out these lines. Okay, starting from that our waistline, our allowance, I'm tracing it out. So I'm tracing out the side of my trouser. Okay, including the allowance line. Okay, then this our cross line, I also trace it too. So I will still trace it that from that line down to that our crotch line. So I'll quickly take my ruler and make it visible. Okay, with my marker, so I'll make it visible so that you see what is in there. Okay, so I'll take my French curve to curve that line to give it that my hip curve. Okay, perfect. So the next thing I have to do right now is to take my tape and come in by 1.5 inch at that end. Okay, Good. So I'll connect it together down to that line. Okay. So I'll use my scissors and cut it all out, the necessary area that I'll be needing. Then this extra ones will be trashed. So the next thing we'll do is to cut our pocket itself. And now get the fresh paper. Understand? This is a fresh paper. I'll still use my tracing wheel and trace it all out. Okay, starting from my crotch line. Okay, I zoomed this video so that you can be able to see it clearly. Okay, so this area I'm tracing out is for our pockets. Okay, so I'm tracing out both with allowance that I've already added all around it. See the way I'm taking? Good. This is the way I traced everything. So I'll quickly draw it out because I'm the only one seeing this line. Okay, so making it visible will not be bad. So good. Good. So the next thing I'll do is to take the other one and place on it because I need that exact shape by that side. So it will enable us to have the same shape. Okay, this is it. Perfect. Okay, so I'll cut by the side too. Good. So you see how easy it is. This is all we need for our pockets. So I'm trimming off that area so that it will remain what it should be. Okay, so this is it. Okay, so I'm going to trim off this point that has excess so that it can also be the same shape. Okay, so you see it, I'm already filling the pocket. So what I should do right now is to label it as my pocket, then label this one as my pocket facing. Okay, so the next thing that I'll do is to cut out my front pattern. Okay, so let me quickly cut it out. You see how beautiful it is. Okay, this is it. This is all we'll need for our front pattern. Okay, I'm trying to show you something about the pocket so that you get to understand what we just did. Okay, so when we're making this trouser, you understand a whole lot of things. Okay, so this is it. Beautiful. So I'll neatly fold it so that we can continue with our back pattern. So for our front line, from here, from our green line, that's our center line to that point. Okay, you measure it to get the midpoint. Okay, so guys, I'll quickly mark the midpoint. Okay, I'm trying to see if it corresponds. So from this our crotch point, I came out by 2 inches. Okay, good. So from this 2 inches now I came down by 0.5. Okay, so this is my crotch point. I'll measure it to see what I have there. Quickly, I've measured it. So on that my midpoint, I'm going to place it there. Okay, good. So all I have to do is just to connect all those dots together. Okay, but before I do it, I'll still come out by 2 inches. Okay, you see, so let me join them together as I've already told you. Okay, good. Quickly blend this sharp point. So the next thing we have to do right now is to measure our waistline. Okay, measure it. Whatever you have there, you place it up there. Okay, you see, that will be your waistline for your back. So just connect it with your ruler to have a straight line. Okay, so the next thing we'll do right now is to add 1 inch allowance all around this pattern. So see the way I'm doing it right now, guys. Please subscribe to my channel. Please don't forget to subscribe. Okay, then join our Facebook group so we don't break. Okay, so this is it. So the next thing we'll be doing right now after this is to create our darts for this our back block. So from this point, okay, from this point you measure it, then take it to that your new waistline, place it there as a point. Okay, so from there you come down by 5 inches. The way I'm slanting my tape, I would advise you to slant yours too, and I'm using that tape to draw the line so that I can get that slant shape. Okay, so we'll also open our dart with 1/2 inch. Okay, so make sure that your dart is slanted the same way. Okay, good, good. So the next thing I did again is to add 1/2 inch all around for my sewing allowance. Okay, so this is it. I'm going to quickly do that. Okay guys, as you can see, this is it. This is our back pattern, all done and good. Okay, so it is beautiful. So the next thing we'll be doing right now is to pattern our band. So hang on, because we're about to do that now. So guys, this is for our band. Okay, so I have a piece of paper that we use and draw this band. Okay, but I want to tell you something in this my explanation. Please take it serious, understand? So from my waist I'll come down by 8. That is to show you where my initial hip line was. So if I add extra band to it now, as in like 1.5, so the hip will drop from 8 to 9.5. Then after making the pants, it will not look nice. The flap will drop. So right now I'll be removing 1.5 from this pattern, understand? But if you're not going to add a waistband, maybe you want your pant to be bandless, don't add anything, just leave it this way. But if you want to add band, see what you do. Okay, you fold in 1.5 out of this band, but I will show you before the end of this video. Before I cut my own, I will show you. Okay, so let's just do the band for now, not to get, I don't want to get you confused. Okay, so the first thing I have to do is to fold in my allowance. That allowance there, I don't need it. Okay, so I'll be folding it in. Okay, then coming to my darts, I will still hide the darts. If I leave it like that, it will affect the length of the band. Okay, so I'll use my pin and pin them together. Okay, good, good. So the next thing I have to do right now, that's my pocket allowance. I also take it inside. I won't be needing it. Okay, good. And all I have to do right now is to use my pen and sketch out what I need. Just look at me, look at what I'm doing. Okay, this is very easy. Good. Okay, I've noted my dart area and all these points, I'm noting them down. Okay, good. So I'll take my curvy ruler and help it. You know, the line, my hand is shaky, so I have to help it and follow that same pattern and that line. Okay, good. So right now I'll come down by 1.5 because that's the length, that'll be the width of my band. Okay, so I'm marking 1.5 to it. I'll still take my ruler and connect the dots. Okay, good. I'll just follow the shape, does not matter. Okay, good. So let me connect it down there. Okay, and I'm doing all these things so that you can also take note of all those areas. Okay, by the time you sew this like 2 times, you get used to it. You might not even take note of those points. Okay, so right now I'll label it SS and SF. So it's good to know where is the up and where is the down. Okay, so I'm just doing it so that you can also take notes. Okay, by the time you sew this again and again, you understand. So from that point, I'll come in by 0.5. You know why? So that it will lap on my skin. Understand? That place is the upside. If I don't do it, that place will be open and the pants will not lap. Okay, so right now I've removed that gap, as in that gap, whatever that caused gap at that area, I've removed it. So that's it. I'm going to add 0.5 all around it for our sewing allowance. Okay, so you should do so. So this is will be like 2 for one side and 2 for the other side, so it will be 4 piece. Understand? So this 1/2 inch all around it is for use it and join the other one. Maybe if you're using a lining, you can use it to join your lining. Okay, then if you're using same fabric, you should cut it just the same way and join it with the other fabric. That's why you have that 0.5 for sewing allowance, up and down. Then the down is for sewing it together with the pants. Okay, so it's 4 pieces. I've written it for you to take note. Okay, so this is what it should look like. Then the next thing we have to do right now is quickly cut the back. Okay, so that we can make this video finish immediately. It's quite a long video, but it's worth it, believe me. Okay, so I'm still doing what I did at the front to the back.
I'll quickly repeat.
So the difference here is that I folded my paper.
So
this
no
paper
need
I'm
of
using, I folded it, so you still see it
everything
after I must have
the way
finished
I'm going to still achieve the back.
giving it
my paper is on fold.
this thing.
Please take note, my paper is
do
on
the
fold.
drawing,
So you still see, don't worry.
Bring out what I did.
So I'm using my tracing wheel on this one. I just decided to use tracing wheel. It's the one that
I'm trying to
I saw
make
at
it
that
to
time
show
that I'm
very well. Understand?
patterning this. Okay,
so right now mark
you
1.5.
can use pen or you can use
that paper
wheel.
is folded.
So I'll use this ruler to sketch out what I've traced out.
So with my ruler I would still mark it.
Don't forget to join our Facebook group.
Connect
so
the
we don't
dots.
agree. Okay, so that will be my center back. I've also that's our darts.
Connect it
for our back darts. So you also notch it while sewing. Why you notch?
That point is
my make you to easily locate
Remember
those
to hide
points.
your darts too.
Understand where they should
just
be.
What you did at the
you
front,
not get
you
confused.
also
Okay,
the back.
This is for my back. As you can see, it's not still
I folded
straight.
it.
Okay, so the same 1.5 is what I'll be using for the width. Okay,
so there's our center.
I'll
that's
take
our
it
side
all through.
So I'll still come in
join
by
our
0.5.
Facebook group.
Okay, and connect it. Good. So the next thing that I have to do right now is to add my 0.5 all around it. Okay, so on this we'll be cutting only 2 pieces. Okay, you need it to, because one will be for your lining and one will be for your main fabric. You can also use the same fabric, you just cut it 2, then use that 0.5 on top of it to join them together. Okay, so see, this is the way it is. That's nice. Okay, oh, beautiful. See how it is. So this is the other one. Okay, this is the other one, and see the way it will be.
We now get another one to put there. Perfect. So right now I'll be showing you the way it should be before you cut it on your fabric. Understand? As in how you fold in that 1.5, so that you not get confused, because we've created that to replace the 1.5 that you've made. Okay, so this is it. Okay guys, I'm to cut this trouser. So I just want to tell you what you do both to the front and to the back. Okay, so remember we made our band, so that made me to fold in 1.5. You can see it's folded. I folded in 1.5 inside. So when you fold in that 1.5 in your pattern, the dart must also reduce with it. Okay, so the only thing you will do here is you have to open another dart leg following this green line. Understand? Following this green line, you open another dart by half inch here. Understand? You know, I had to shift again. Okay, and half inch there. Then extend it to 4 inches. Normal 4 inches still remains. Okay, so while stitching, you should also do the same thing as in stitch to this point too. Okay, so this is it. This is my front pattern. I'm going to cut it now. Okay, so this is it. I just want to tell you so you not be confused. So you repeat the same process for the back too. Okay, so I'm going to cut the whole thing and show you the outcome. Okay, so thank you guys for watching this far with me. Guys, I did a mannequin. Okay, this is my number on the screen, so I would like you to patronize me if you want to buy mannequin for those of us in Nigeria. So thank you, and don't forget to join our Facebook group So with Donabri. Okay, so thanks. Do have a nice day. Bye.